In Retro Game of the Week, we dive into our game library and pick out a classic to see if it still holds up today. Let's grab a controller and play some retro games. Ho!
Alone in the Dark from 1992 is the pioneer of the survival horror genre. Without this game, there would be no Resident Evil or Silent Hill to scare us years later. Alone in the Dark took place in 1925. You controlled Private Detective Edward Carnby or Lady Emily Hartwood. The story was about a famous painter that committed suicide in an old mansion.
My Uncle Jeremy had died by his own hand.
It seems that the house itself may have had something to do with it, and it didn't take long before you were trapped inside, searching for answers while trying to stay alive. The game might look primitive today, but the graphics blew gamers away in 1992. Alone in the Dark was one of the first games with 3D models, which was unheard of back in the day. The music was also really creepy and did a lot to deliver a chilling atmosphere. The controls weren't great, however. The game had an even more primitive version of Resident Evil's tank controls. It made fighting enemies unnecessarily difficult, but luckily there weren't too many of them. There was also a lot of books and notes you could read to get a little more backstory.
I can imagine the master's fury and the terror in the hearts of his slaves. I hear their footsteps. Some may understand what I have done. May God forgive me. Farewell, Jeremy Hartwood.
Alone in the Dark was far from perfect, but it was revolutionary for its time. The game is still a little scary, thanks to the creepy music and camera angles. Fans of survival horror games should definitely play this, just to see how it all started.